Hi, Danny. I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for such an amazing question. And thank you for your vulnerability. And, it's often when we are vulnerable and open with ourselves and our communities that we really get the help and support that we need. So it's really to commend you for such a beautiful question. And so, what I'm going to do is to kind of give you some suggestions, and I hope that this video will help you to answer some of the questions that you have. But also, the content of this video is not just going to pertain to the actual issue. And your question was really, how do I love myself whilst I'm on this weight loss journey? That you're struggling with really seeing yourself in a positive light, especially when you fall back on your goals with regards to your weight loss. But the principles that I'm going to share in this video really apply to any scenario when it comes to really loving ourselves and building up self-esteem and confidence. And so I want to first of all start by saying that you want to offer yourself compassion. Self-compassion means knowing that you're doing the best that you can in the moment that you can. And what I really mean by that is, we all have flaws, we are not perfect. And in the journey of trying to improve ourselves, we are going to fall short. We are going to slip up. We're not going to get it right the first time round, and it may take several rounds before we get it. But we must learn to be compassionate towards ourselves, because when we're compassionate towards ourselves, we're ultimately are doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is loving ourselves. I want you to imagine someone who has made a mistake in their lives, someone that you love very dearly, and they make a mistake. You're likely to want to show them as much support and as much love as possible, regardless of the mistake that they have made. And so it's the same thing that we need to do for ourselves, and I will encourage you to do that as well. And how can you become more compassionate about yourself? Simply just accepting that, okay, I missed the mark here, but you know what? I know I can do better. I missed the mark here, but I still love who I am. I still believe that I can do this. And so you want to also change your inner dialogue. What is your self-talk like? Your self-talk is so important because it's probably the one voice that you hear more than any other voice in the whole entire world. And so you want to try and get back into your head and really try to process what it is you're saying to yourself. And we talked about this in the goal meeting that we had last week. So you might want to replay that particular video where I talk about some aspects of doing that. But it's really about harnessing your thoughts and getting to a place where you're thinking in a way that is in alignment with how you want to feel. This is a journey, okay? So you're always looking at the futuristic perspective from the now, and how do you embody who you need to become. And the truth of the matter is, a woman who wants to lose weight, or a woman who has lost weight and is a particular size, talks to herself differently, right? She talks to herself in a loving way. She's not going to be like, oh God, look at you, you're so fat, because she sees what she wants to see. And so what that means is that you have to begin to see yourself as the way you want to be. And this is obviously where the challenge is. So this leads me to the next question, or the next point that I want to make, and then I'll kind of quickly drop some other quick points for you. But you have to ask yourself, why do I want this weight loss journey? What does this weight loss journey actually mean for me? What's my reason behind it? Because the reason behind what we're doing is ultimately going to determine the actions that we take. So ask yourself, Danny, what's the reason for you wanting to lose weight? What does losing weight mean to you? And if you have attached an external reason, an external purpose, then you want to question whether that really is the right reason to pursue. And what do I mean by this? If the notion in your mind is that I'm only going to be happy when I'm a particular size, then that is an external reason. And the reality of the matter is, you want to change the narrative of the fact that it's only when I'm slim enough that I'm really going to love myself. It's only when I'm slim enough that I'm really going to be happy about my life. The reality of the matter is, we have models, we have people like Beyonce, we have beautiful people around the world who have the perfect body. But the truth is, they go through challenges. Beyonce was cheated on. We have supermodels who are high on drugs and suicidal. Some are depressed. So my point is, it really isn't about the external drives that you think is going to make you feel happy. If you're losing weight because you want to feel confident about yourself and you genuinely want to just have a healthier body, then that is a far greater motivation to keep you going than when you have attached it for an external reason. Because when you attach it for an external reason, you're always going to be trying to match yourself for that external reason. If you want to look like Beyonce just because you think Beyonce has the best body in the world, every time you are trying to pursue your dreams towards your weight loss and you can't meet that standard, you're always going to feel like you have failed, and you're always going to feel frustrated about it. So check your reasons behind it. The other thing is, it's a wonderful thing that you have made this acknowledgement of yourself. You have come to the realization that, you know what, I really am struggling with loving myself right now. I'm really not enjoying my weight loss and I feel really bad about it. And that is a major, major breakthrough in your transformation, because once we often are able to acknowledge where we really are, when we're really true to ourselves, that actually is the beginning of the transformation. And so what you want to do now that you have this realization that I'm struggling with my love for myself, I'm struggling to, see myself in the mirror and look and feel good about what I see, what you now want to do is commit to changing that relationship that you have with your body. So you making a commitment to change your relationship basically means making a decision that every single day, yes, even when I look in the mirror, I still feel like, ugh, but you're committed to saying that I'm eventually going to change the way I feel about myself, because that's where it really starts from. It's from the commitment. When you make that commitment to say, I'm going to change the relationship that I have with my body, I'm going to change the way I see my body, I'm going to change the way I feel about my body, it ultimately will help you to start taking the necessary steps, the necessary actions in order for you to make those changes. Another thing is social media. What are you feeding yourself with? What content is coming at you that doesn't make you feel empowered in your own body? Oftentimes what I find with my one-on-one clients when they're on that journey of weight loss, they surround themselves with all of these perfectly beautiful images of women who just look like they have the perfect body, right? On social media, they're following the Kardashians, they're following the Kylies, they're following all these really high unrealistic expectations. And so what happens is that they're feeding their subconscious mind an impossible narrative. A narrative that is on one side saying this is what you need to look like, but the subconscious mind is rejecting it because it knows that that is not reality. So I would advise that if you have an active social media account, take a look at what it is you're following. Who are the things and people that you're following? Do they empower you? Do they make you feel like you are heading in the right direction? Do you have accounts of women who are on a weight loss journey and who are of a particular size, but they're still happy about their size whilst pursuing their weight loss journey? Those are the kind of environment and people and content you want to surround yourself with, because it doesn't make you feel so bad. The other thing is, I would recommend getting to know your body more. Remember that the body is simply a physical expression of emotion. And what that means is that at any given point in time, when our body is reacting in whatever way, whether it's through pain, whether it's through emotions, whether it's through a feeling, what it's really doing is trying to communicate to us. So get in tune with your body. And what I mean by that is stop and really pay attention to what is your body actually saying. When you have that reluctance to go into the gym, what is your body trying to tell you? When you are sitting down overeating, what is it that your body is trying to communicate to you? And it may be that your body is communicating to you a certain level of anxiety about going to the gym. That's why it doesn't want to go. It may be that you're overeating because your body is trying to communicate to you that there's an emotion, there's a feeling, there's a thing that you haven't dealt with, and you're using eating as an opportunity to block it out. So this is about mindfulness, and mindfulness really means paying attention, getting into yourself. Every answer that you may ever need to any question that you have is really already inside of you. And this is one of the things that I do so much in my one-on-one coaching, is really helping my clients to understand the value of self-discovery, understand the value of going within to get the answers. And most of us are not used to that. We are so used to external information telling us what to do, but the real information on what to do really comes within. So get into the habit of paying attention to your body. The next time you find yourself overeating, rather than saying to yourself, oh my God, I've done it again, I feel so bad, stop and ask, what is behind my overeating? What am I really trying to address that I'm finding an expression through this medium? The next time you eat late, ask yourself, what is it really that I'm dealing with? What is really behind this momentum? Because the truth of the matter is there's a reason for everything that we do. And so I would suggest that you start to get within yourself, start to really pay attention to yourself, and to really, really start to ask yourself questions. And I know that you do journaling, but I would definitely advise that you journal around these moments, these experiences. Get your journal out and ask yourself, why don't I love my body? What is it about my body that makes me feel so disgusted or makes me feel so frustrated? And begin to write out what comes out of you. Because within there, your answer lies there, your breakthrough is in there. The other thing I would suggest, and I think this is a fantastic one, is get into sensual dancing. I mean, whilst you're in your room, of course, you can put on some music and get into your body and dance and flow and really unlock your feminine grace. This is one thing that I love to do. It's one of my favorite things. I will stand in the mirror, I will play music, whatever type of music, depends on my mood. Sometimes it's slow, sensual music, sometimes it's Afrobeat, sometimes it's hip hop, but I will use that as an opportunity to move my body, because in the movement of our bodies, we're actually communicating, we're actually releasing things, we're actually unlocking things in the subconscious. And so that's some of the things that I would suggest to you. And I think finally what I would say is, look, be neutral about your body, okay? Don't see your body as bad or as good. Just see it as it's a body. And sometimes that can help with, the pressure that sometimes comes with, oh, I have to be positive about my body. I have to see my body as this perfect. I have to speak, positive about my body. But you're struggling because your reality is that, well, no, I don't really feel positive about my body. So whenever you get into that space where literally it's just so difficult to think anything positively about your body, be neutral about it, right? The next time you see your tummy or your arms or your thighs and you think, oh my God, it's so fat, be neutral. And what does that mean? Just, okay, my tummy is big, my thighs are big. The world's not going to stop. The world's still going to keep spinning. I'm still going to go to work. I'm still going to, right? And that's how you bring a level of balance into your life. And then what will happen is that the more you practice that neutrality, the easier it then becomes to imbibe and introduce positive thoughts into your mind about how you feel. And I think the last thing I probably will say is that, if you really, really are struggling, sometimes it's really trauma that we're dealing with. Sometimes it's really childhood issues that we haven't really expressed or dealt with, that is actually affecting and showing up in some of the challenges that we have as adults. And so I would suggest that if this is something that's really, really difficult for you, then you perhaps get some professional advice. You can, professional help. You can get coaching from me, obviously, as you know, you can decide to book some sessions on a one-on-one, or you can go to a therapist or psychologist, or, just get some kind of professional help if, you find that having done all of these things, you really are still struggling, because sometimes it's a lot deeper. Sometimes it's actually masking trauma that needs to be released and needs to be dealt with. So I hope these tips have helped. Be compassionate with yourself, and allow yourself to enjoy the journey. It's a journey, right? It's a journey. And the beauty in transformation, it's not actually the destination. And this is where so many of us sometimes get it confused when we're thinking about our goals. We're so fixated about what we're trying to accomplish, but then we forget the beauty in the journey. And what is that beauty in the journey? The self-discovery, the self-growth, the self-evolution, the self-transformation, the change in every single step that we take towards the goal that we're trying to pursue. So I would say to you, take the pressure off of yourself, all right? Bring compassion back into your heart about yourself. Look at yourself from a place of being human and being perfectly okay that you are imperfectly perfect, right? And enjoy the journey. Change your relationship and your mindset about exercising. Shift the mindset about I need to exercise so that I can lose weight to I need to exercise because I actually enjoy it. It's good for me. It makes me feel great. It does something to my body. Shift it. And this might mean changing the kind of exercises that you're going for. I personally, there's certain exercises I don't like, so I won't do them. There's certain exercises like spinning. I don't enjoy spinning, so I'm not going to do spinning. Right? I don't enjoy doing, I don't always enjoy doing burpees, so I won't do them. I will find something else to do. So get into that space where you're doing things that you actually enjoy, because that's the only way you get to complete your goals. I'm sending you lots of love. I'm sending you lots of light. And I know that you are doing so well on this journey. Keep going. Doesn't matter how many times you fall off. Honestly, you can fall off 1,000,000 times. The important thing is how you get up. And every time you get up with a stronger mindset. You get up with a stronger view that, you know what, next time I'm going to keep going. You dust yourself off, fix your crown, right? Push your hair to the side and, put your mascara back on and get back onto it. Dress the part. Look good, feel good about yourself, wear clothes that you're not hiding yourself in shame and disgust, but you're wearing clothes that, exude your beauty. Be grateful for your body, right? The truth of the matter is your body is serving you so much. It's giving you life. Be grateful for that. I've been suffering from 2 weeks of pain, and I have never been more grateful for my leg. Something that I never really took notice of. But now when I wake up in the morning as I'm nursing my pain, I'm actually sending love to my leg that, you know what, leg, thank you for 40 years of carrying me, of carrying my weight, of just keep going. And even when I've put pressure on you, thank you for supporting me. We have got to learn to appreciate where we are in the journey of where we are. Because that's really the only way that's the only thing that we have. And so I hope that this long video, which was not the intention, but I guess I just kind of felt I really needed to express the fullness of what I feel inside to connect with you in this video. I hope it has helped. Do let me know in the comment section, and anyone else watching this, do let me know how this has impacted you, and I will see you guys later on our call tonight. All right, Take care.